Gotta get Luna, man. She's impressed with your platinum collection right there, I
She
think.
is.
Platchums!
Do you want to do the intro?
Intro. Done.
God, you're
That's
good,
a
man. You're
that's a good
good.
one.
You got that. That's definitely top 10 Platchums intros right there. So do we have another question for the chums? Seems to be a trend. So
Yeah,
pick another one of those questions there. Let's see if we can dish out some knowledge like.
I'm very prepared. One moment. They were there a moment ago, and now they're gone. I don't know about the one with the prolapse. That seems like I'm not qualified to answer that one. Um,
Okay.
Please
So
seek medical attention.
Mink Genta. Okay. How do I stop prolapsing at the thought of an ultra rare platinum? So um, okay, so your rectum is the last part of your colon. It's where stool forms before you have a bowel movement. Rectal prolapse is when your rectum bulges out of your anus. At first, a prolapse may happen only after a bowel movement, but the prolapse part of the rectum may then slip back up through the anal canal all by itself. So over time, the prolapse may become more severe and may need surgery. So I would say consult your doctor because you may have a bit of a prolapse there. And if you know if it's the platinums that are causing it, maybe lower the threshold, maybe play some telltale games, some, Radalika, give your anus time to repair itself. That is my medical advice. Next question.
I feel like we're a very different channel after that question.
Our innocence is gone, man.
Um, yeah, next question, please.
Okay, so
Uh, well, no, let's answer the substance of the question. Ultra rare platinums can most of the time be quite off-putting and scary. I know certainly there's games I look at. They mean one of many things. They mean maybe there's an extreme grind, although less so because most people seem to be willing to put in a grind. It's only when it's something like egregious, like maybe Diablo 2 or something like that, where it's like hundreds upon thousands of hours. But usually it's huge multiplayers. It might be
a huge amount of
permadeath,
owners, a huge
a
amount of
huge amount of
owners.
owners.
Yeah.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, that's more of a kind of like an external reason.
Mm-hmm.
And those ones are fun because it's great to get like an ultra rare plat that's actually easy, but has just been
Yeah.
inflated.
PlayStation
Um,
Plus games are a prime example of that, where they get an
like
inflated amount of owners.
like like this game here, Invisible Ink, my rarest plat at 0.42, which is now rarer than Super Meat Boy, I believe, which is nuts. It's a
Yeah,
tough game, but it's not Super Meat Boy tough.
yeah. I, I,
Um,
I I feel like to focus just on if it's ultra rare, there's so many variables that go into place to determine something ultra rare.
yeah,
So I would say it's not worth prolapsing your anus over. Um,
no,
no, just
definitely
just
not.
just check out the trophy guide, see what's what, and
Here's a good tip. Um, if I look at a trophy list, one thing that if I'm not sure, say if like the guide says it's actually not as hard as other people say it is, check the leaderboards and see how fast people can do it. Um,
oh,
that usually gives me a good insight
oh.
into whether or not it's something that
Someone knows
that
their stuff. Someone
do,
knows
yeah.
their stuff.
Because
Cheeky, cheeky.
if a game can be done in a day, by anyone, then you
It
know that
can't be. Yeah, yeah. No, that's
can
a
be
good.
crazy.
That's a good tip, man. That's a good tip.
Yeah. So
It's almost
but
as
yeah,
if you're some kind of guru.
yeah. But yeah, don't always be like afraid of ultra rares. Like if I go through my ultra rare like list itself, like I'm sure I can pick up a few in there, for example, that are I'm just pulling them up here that are quite doable,
Mm-hmm.
like in a short space of time. Like it doesn't always denote difficulty.
Mm-hmm.
Um, like Balatro, that's not a hard game. It's just a bit kind of, you just have to be persistent.
Mm-hmm.
Disco Elysium isn't difficult at all if you're willing to follow a guide for maybe your second playthrough. Just to be sure that you know pick up some missables and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Stardew Valley is just time. There's not much difficulty there since they patched out the Prairie King game,
Mm-hmm.
or made it easier. Yeah, you know, like there's a lot of games in here in my list. Um, like there's games like Wolfenstein 2. That's scary, but again, huge amount of guides out there that'll help you get through that if you really want to.
Mm-hmm.
The Atari Classics games, they're ultra rare plats and they're very doable. Like, you know, I think it says that they're like 9 out of 10 difficulty, but they're really not.
Mm-hmm.
They're much easier than that. So like a lot of games are achievable for the ultra rare plats if you're, you know, if you look for them.
Mm-hmm.
Last tip I'll give on this point before we move to the next question is check out some of the kind of ultra rare trophy hunters. You know, sometimes you'll see people and they have like 4,000 ultra rare trophies or something. You can often find games in their lists if you're really interested in going for kind of just rarity.
Mm-hmm.
You can find games in their lists that they do very quickly. And like you mentioned, their games, a lot of those games might be ones that were on PS Plus or have, you know, loads of owners, and just kind of artificially increasing the rarity. So
Mm-hmm.
there's ways of getting them. You know, I have 460 ultra rare trophies, which isn't like that many, compared to some people. Other people, like I said, have thousands and thousands. So they're
Yeah,
out there if you want to go for them.
I have 238 and I think 36 ultra rare platinums, but like I didn't really consciously go for that. I think a lot of them are
Yeah,
holdovers from the PS3 era. But yeah, I think
sure.
check out people that consciously go for them. But
Yeah,
don't you got this. Don't be intimidated.
yeah,
It's not the be all end all unless it's in the kind of under the 0.15 percentile. I feel like you got this. You got this. So next question, okay. This is from Jay Carr. When I was reading him, like Jimmy Carr, the comedian, he doesn't strike me as a gamer. So my friends say that I'm not a real gamer because I trophy hunt. I guess they think I must be playing games wrong instead of just having mindless fun. It's upsetting because I love gaming, but also love trophies. How do I convince them otherwise, gurus? So my first
great
thing
question.
is this. I would go, yo, friends, right? To get trophies, you have to play games. So, checkmate. And then you punch them in the face, and then you assert dominance. That would
That's
be a bold strategy, but
it sounds
yeah,
effective. Yeah.
I feel like like you're probably more of a gamer if you trophy hunt, if I'm being honest. You know,
Yeah, I think, you know,
it
not to gatekeep gaming, but yeah, we're definitely, you know, the creme de la creme of
yeah,
gamers.
we're the most hardcore. Do you know what I mean? It's like it's not just finishing the game or playing a wide variation of games. It's essentially like becoming so proficient at a game that you plat it, you know, or that you kind of
Yeah,
achieve. Like in essence, I know trophy lists vary and all that, and like the kind of difficulty trophies are becoming a thing of the past. But for me, like the platinum always denoted that that person has done everything within that game and has had certain challenges within that
yeah,
game in order to unlock the platinum, that there is like a skill set there and a kind of a determination and a time spent with the game, and
yeah,
also a love and appreciation for the game. I think that's another side of the platinum that's kind of lost. Like I love seeing that I've platted a game that I adore and had a great time with. It's like the ultimate sort of stamp on I've really experienced that.
yeah,
um
yeah. That makes sense. I would definitely align with that view. Um,
mhm.
yeah, and you know, just throw it back at them. Be like, what do you mean I have plats and you don't?
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
just go,
cool.
how many platinums do you have? One. Loser. Loser. Big
Like,
loser.
no, you know, so the response that I get from people that don't play games or don't play games to, you know, get trophies is usually like, oh wow, like I don't go near the trophies because that's just too much work for me or whatever. I don't usually get like hostility for it. It's usually just like, oh wow, that's
Yeah.
cool.
Like I
So I
think
don't know,
most
maybe
people I've spoken to are like that are gamers that aren't you. You're special in that regard. I feel like you're the only one that truly gets it, man. But other friends, like they have a few platinums or they dabble in it, or a few people I know have like 30 or 40 platinums. They've been playing a long time, so it's kind of like they might accidentally go for one, and like in a way they're kind of like semi trophy hunting because it is just so tied in with like gaming
yeah,
these days. But yeah, I don't think I've ever gotten like hostility for it, like a bunch of greasers, going, hey, what you doing platinum that game, you dweeb, you jabroni, like I've never done anything like that,
maybe not to our face, but
maybe not. Yeah, as soon as they leave, they're like, God, Nate's such a fucking dweeb, isn't he?
yeah,
He's such a jabroni, so yeah, like I feel like to convince your friends, you just need to say, look, I'm having fun doing it, and I need to play games in order to get it. So I don't think those two entities are separate. Like they're interwoven,
yeah,
Um so just say that, man. You know. I don't
yeah.
know what else.
That's good advice. Yeah. There's no wrong way to play a game, as well. Again,
I don't know.
we
I've
keep
seen some
coming back
people
to it.
playing Snake Eater in a weird way, man. I don't
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, look, thanks for the question, guys. So Mick, Genta, I hope your anus heals up good. We're hopes and prayers are with you. And Jake Hart, tell your friends that it's a thing of passion and fun and enjoyment, and you shouldn't be stigmatized for it because they're the real gatekeepers. If they're defining you not a
Yeah.
real gamer, like, or just get new friends.
It's another option, certainly.
Another option.
And like in fairness, I know we jest, but there is a great community of trophy like hunters out there, and there's a lot
Hmm.
of people like that we've met that we chat to all the time just through trophies.
I adore the community we have on our channel. Everyone's just super super solid and really supportive. So like yeah, like be friends with them.
Platchums